to start? I think, first of all, I thought the guys, we really tried to challenge them on a couple things. And one was, it's easy to be fired up on Tuesday coming off the spring break to get ready for practice, right? And we know Saturday going to the Coliseum, they're going to be all fired up for that one too. We want to make sure that today we came out with a great deal of energy and intensity. It made today as important as Tuesday and Saturday will be. And I thought the guys really responded to that. We've been challenging them on their pad level. I think we've really improved in that area, especially up front on the offensive line and with the running backs. That's been good. And we're able to create some plays in the passing game and the running game offensively. Defensively, I thought our front was good. We have to get our hands on more footballs, which will continue to be an emphasis for us moving forward. But all in all, a lot of guys are getting reps. We gave a few guys a little bit of a lighter day that were just a little bit strained coming out of Tuesday. But that just gave other guys opportunities, and guys made plays. So all in all, it was a good practice 5 of 15.
Coach, what do you... Zach Banner, he says he's really feeling good after the hip surgery.
I've been pleasantly impressed with Zach. Like I said, I didn't come in with expectations for anybody. I just what we get is what we get, and I don't know if Zach's expectations were of that. I don't know what he thought he was going to be capable of doing this spring, but I think he got in and said, wait, I can do this. And then he got in a little bit more, and he felt good, and he's gotten in more and more and more moving forward. I'm excited about his future. He is a big man who's hard to run around, when you're 6, whatever he is, 350 some odd pounds. I think that he's got a bright future, and I think that a lot of it has to do with his personal confidence continuing to grow, because he's a very bright guy. He's physically gifted enough. It's just him knowing that he's capable of doing it, and I think that he's been showing that, especially in the last couple of practices.
You're talking about pad level. For a guy like Zach, and he's 6'9", what kind of a challenge is it for him in particular to just be able to get lower?
Well, that's something I think you'll probably constantly hear from Coach Drevno to him. When you're 6'9", and you're coming off a hip surgery, that can be the challenge. But he's responded to it. I think his stance has gotten better. If you just look at his stance even before the play, his stance has improved, and all of that carries itself into coming off the football, continuing to stay low and keeping that pad level right. But he's working at it. But that's like everybody has their own unique challenges that they have at every position, and that forever will be one for Zach when you're 6'9". But he's definitely working at it.
After 5 practices, what are you kind of noticing out there with your team?
Oh, we play hard. This is a competitive group. These guys play hard. They practice hard. One thing I've been very impressed by them, I'm going to go back and watch this film tonight, probably twice. I'm going to watch it again probably 2 more times tomorrow. Then we're going to watch it with the guys tomorrow afternoon. Then I'm going to come back in Saturday into a team meeting, and I'm going to touch on probably 5 to 6 bullet points of review from this practice. And there might be some film in there. There might be just some talking points. What I've been impressed with this group, when I give them those things to work on in the upcoming practice like today, they really try to apply it. And that's a sign of a team that wants to do well, that wants to do the things that coaches are asking them to do. And they continually do that for me. And so that is really cool for me to see that, man, these guys are listening. And they're trying to do the things we're asking them to do. We're not perfect yet, we're not there yet, but geez, it's comforting to know that you have a group of guys and the leadership on the team that is willing to do what they're asked to do and to try to do what they're asked to do.
Will Saturday in the Coliseum just be a repeat of your third practice, or will you guys do?
No, we'll be a little bit different stuff. We'll be in full pads Saturday. We'll have a live period in practice where we'll let the guys really tackle and go to the ground. The entire day won't be live. The entire day will not be scrimmage, but we will give them that period. They deserve it. They're chomping at the bit. The defensive guys are they want to go tackle guys. I don't blame Hayes and Anthony and Sua and those guys, but we won't do it all day. We'll work some short yardage situations, and then we'll get into some move the ball where we're really just calling it. It won't be as scripted as these practices have been. And so we'll force the coaches and the players to react and respond to more spontaneously than in the scripted format.
When you say a period, what is it?
15
minutes, 8 minutes?
Yeah, for us, if it'll be a 10-minute period, which will roughly be about a 25 to 30 play period. We average about 2.5 plays a minute roughly, and when we really get cranking, that's when we're good and we're doing it the right way. So it'll be about a quarter of the practice will be live. The other 3/4 won't be. That's all right. Sorry.
Are you aware of the decision that came down in the Northwestern
Yeah,
situation?
I'm aware. I wish I had a little more knowledge of everything in the background of it. You know, what I know is that, and what I've always appreciated about USC, from the time I was here as an assistant, when I was far away for 5 years and now being back, I think USC's always been on the forefront of doing everything in the best interest of our student athletes, not just football players, but all of our student athletes, and within the rules. And whether that's what we can provide them physically, what we can provide them mentally, what we can provide them from a health standpoint, I think that this university has always been that way and will continue to be that way. And we're always going to try to do everything we can for our student athletes because they deserve it within the rules and as best we can. I will say that now that this has come down, it'll be interesting to watch it moving forward, you know, and I'll probably pay a lot more attention to it now than I did leading up to it, you know. But I think it's interesting. You know, I'm going to have to do my research on it.
Could you imagine a day where you're dealing with a players' union as the head coach here?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't have enough background. You know, I don't want to speak out of turn without knowing the real, you know, valid points that are behind this. Like I said, I know a little bit about it, and like I said, for what it sounds like the things that they were asking for, I think are things that we really do the best job probably in the country here at SC of providing for our players. So you know, we'll try to continue to do that, but I think in the best interest of USC, I need to pay a little bit more attention to it now that the decision is where it is.
Steve, one of the parts of the decision is it only applies to the 17 private universities to the Division I. If they, you know, come to you and say, hey, we want a union, is that what you got to figure out?
I don't know. I got to figure out which one of our players is going to come to me as our union rep. So we'll see.
And players say you run a quicker pace practice. What's the rationale with that?
I think for our guys, and when I was a player and when I was an assistant, I always appreciated the practices that went quickly, that moved quickly, that you get a lot of work done in a shorter amount of time. And for our guys to be out here 2 hours, to get the amount of work done we get done in 2 hours, I think they appreciate that they're not standing out here for 3 hours and losing focus and interest. I think we keep them interested, we keep them focused, we keep it upbeat, we keep it energized. We have a lot of fun, but we work hard, and I think the players appreciate that.